Hey, good afternoon, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? I pray that each of you are having a blessed, safe day. All is well with you. Everything is going great. And even if it's not, you're understanding my voice. Guess what? You've made it to a brand new day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world, you have made it. And that right there is a blessing and miracle within itself. If this is your first time tuning into my YouTube channel, my name is Candace E. Brown. I'm a certified life coach. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm also an author as well as a business owner. And what I do, I help all my queens out there take their mindsets from rags to riches, helping them see the queen that's on the inside of them. Because every woman, I don't care who you are and where you are in the world, ladies, you are a queen, okay? You are a queen. I just want to thank all of my subscribers, all of my people that's been rocking with me. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for the likes, the comments. I really appreciate you. But if this is your first time here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Click that notification bell so every time I upload a video or a podcast, you will be notified. Excuse me. So y'all know what I'm about to say. For those that's been rocking with me, ladies, fix your crowns, okay? Fix your crowns. You have the power to fix your crown. I don't care if they bust it to pieces. I don't care if it's got a crack on the side. I don't even care if it's falling off, hanging off like this right here. You have the power to fix your crowns, okay? And there are some of you, I don't know what y'all waiting on, but there are some of you out there, you haven't even picked up your crown. Sis, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? I need for you to bend down, pick up that crown, and walk like the beautiful, bold, wonderful queen that you are. So y'all know I hadn't been on here in a few days. I've been doing some podcasting and stuff. And y'all forgive me for how I'm sounding. My voice go in and out. I'm dealing with allergies. Drunk me some tea and everything. But guess what? I'm going to press on anyway. Amen. We're going to press on in this season. But you know how you have one of those wonderful sessions for all my life coaches out there. You know how you just had that one session, somebody just get you pumped up, y'all both pumped up, you're like, ooh, I got to get on and do me a video, I got to get on here and do something. Okay, I've had a wonderful session with this wonderful lady, this wonderful coach. Y'all, she coming out, she gonna be awesome, and I praise God for her. I thank God for her. But as soon as I got off, I say, Lord, she stirred something up in me. I got to get on here. And I heard God say, go back and pick it up. God say, go back and pick it up. Whatever you done laid down, if you done laid down your vision, if you done laid down your goals, if you've been working on a book, a podcast, a business plan, whatever it is that God put on the inside of you, that put on your mind, and if it's been over a year, 2 years, it could be 10, 20 years. God say, go back and pick it back up. Come on, somebody. Go back and pick it back up. I don't care what people told you. I don't care what people, I just don't think that's going to work. I don't think you need to do this. I don't think you need to do that. You got to learn how to throw them people out of your mind. You got to throw them people out of your circle. You don't need them kind of people in your circle. The people that you need in your circle in this season, you're going to need some people that's going to cause you to get up and do better. That's going to speak life to you. That's not going to speak negative to you. I don't care if your auntie, your sister, brother, cousin, your best friend, I don't care who it is. If they ain't on the same page that you on, it's time for you to rearrange your circle a little bit. It's time for you to kick some folks out of it, because God said, go back and pick it back up. And I said, go back and pick it back up. He said, yes. Some of you got business plans to be billionaires, and you threw it down because it didn't pop off right when you thought it should pop off. It didn't take off because you thought it was supposed to take off in a few months. And you threw it down. And you had nobody to turn to. You had nobody to go to speak life in the situation. Everybody that you went through was always negative. Oh, I don't know if that's going to work with that one. They don't nobody do that. Don't go back and pick it back up and cut them people off. Cut them off. Don't sit there and listen to them. Cut those people off. Don't listen to those people. Go back and pick it back up. And I said, well, Lord, and this time, and he said, this time, take God with you. This time, take God with you. See, all them times that you had business plans, all them times you want to start your YouTube channel, all them times you want to start on that book, all them times you might even finish the book, but you supposed to follow up with the book. All them times you supposed to did this and did that, and you got notebooks and notebooks of ideas. God say go back and pick it up, but this time, take God with you. Take him with you. Don't leave God out of your business. Don't leave God out of your podcast. Don't leave God out of your circumstances, your situation. Stop leaving God out of it. Stop trying to lead to your own understanding. Because a lot of times our own understanding can be wrong. Our own understanding seem right, but it's really wrong. Go back and pick it back up, and I'm going to read something to y'all. The scripture that he gave for me to go through this, with this word. It was David and Goliath. I'm like, God, David and Goliath. He said David and Goliath. And y'all know it's in 1 Samuel. It's in 1 Samuel chapter 17. And I'm going to read a couple of verses. But God said, go back and pick it back up. But this time, take God with you. And y'all know the story of David and Goliath. How David defeated Goliath. But how did he do it? He took God with him. See, David didn't go out there. You know, we got this big old Philistine that's 20 feet, 30 feet tall. And we got little old bitty David. You know, little old bitty David, he might be 5'6", 5'7". I don't know how tall David is. I'm 5 foot, so you know, little old bitty David. You got this big old Philistine. Hey, we gonna defeat y'all. We got this giant right here. But see, David knew something that everybody else didn't know. He said, I'm gonna take God with me. See, I know I can't do this by myself. And see, that's a lot of our problem. We want to do these projects and stuff on our own, but we can't do it on our own. We got to take God with us everywhere we go. I don't care if you going to the grocery store, you better take God with you. I don't care if you going down here to take your trash off, you better take God with you. I don't care wherever your feet tread, you better make sure that God is with you always. He said he'll never leave you nor forsake you. He said even when your mother and father leave you, he said he gonna be right there. So take God with you everywhere. And David knew he had to take God with him in order to defeat this Goliath. What giant, oh God, I thank you. What giant is standing in your way? What is the giant that's standing right there in front of you that's keeping you from going into the promised land? What giant is stopping you from doing that podcast? What giant is stopping you from writing that book? What giant is stopping you from opening back up that business plan? What is it that is stopping you? Come on, somebody. What's stopping you? What giant is in front of you? God say, take him with you. Stop leaving him out of the business plan. You sitting up all time in the night doing this right here, contemplating, scratching your hair. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna work this way. All you gotta do is take God with you. All you got to do is let God have his way. All you got to do is give it to God. And that's what David did. And I'm going to read verse 45, and it says, Then said David to the Philistine, Thou comest to me with a sword and a spear. God, I thank you. And with a shield. But I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. See that Philistine with a shield, a spear. Sometimes that business plan, let me tell you something. Sometimes that business plan, it's coming with a few kinks. It's coming with some problems. Come on, somebody. See, you don't quite know how to work the kinks in the thing out. You don't quite know where the money gonna come from. You running in a problem with the money. God, I thank you. You running a problem to get that building. You're running a problem. I want to start this right here, but there are a few kinks and there are a few problems I'm running into. But the reason that you keep running into them kinks and problems is because you ain't took God with you. But David said, I come in the name of the Lord. That's all you need. If God be for you, who can be against you? Who? Who can be against you when God is for you? All you need is God. See, Things with man, it's impossible, but with God, all things are possible. And you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. But you got to take God with you. David knew he had to take God with him. Guess what? You're going to have to be the same way. You're going to have to take God to that business plan. You're going to have to say, God, here's my business plan. I need you to come in and do what only you know how to do. I'm having a few problems. I'm running into a few kinks and I don't quite understand. But God, I give you this business plan. Send me the right idea. Send me the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding that you want me to have for this plan. Send me the right people for this plan. Send the right folks in my life. The wrong folks, I need you to subtract them from my life. I need them to go. I need you to send the right set of people that's going to help me get to my next level. That's going to help me open this business plan. That's going to help me get this podcast. That's going to help me get this book off. I need the right people in my life. I don't need the wrong folk. I need the right people. Come on, somebody. So you need to be just like David. You're going to have to take God with you. See, just because I didn't take off at that moment, just because you started doing a new thing, and it didn't take off in the first 3 months, that don't mean it wasn't going to take off. How do you think that Steve Jobs became a billionaire? His stuff didn't take off. Wasn't nobody listening to him. But he kept going. See, one thing I done learned, if you stay consistent with something, and you keep going and you keep pushing, and can't nobody change it in your mind, you know without a shot of a doubt that this idea gonna work, that this business plan gonna work, that this podcast gonna reach the multitude of people, that this book is gonna become a movie, I'm a billionaire. Can't nobody change your mind. It's gonna happen. But it's gonna happen at the right time. See, we are such a popcorn generation. We want it to pop just like that. But let me tell you something. It ain't the right time. God's timing is perfect. And you got to learn how to trust in his timing. You got to learn how to trust his timing. It may take a year. It may take 3 years. It may take 5 years. But you got to stay consistent. And you got to keep going. But every time that you go, take God with you. Don't you leave God out of nothing else that you got going on. You say, God, I need you to come in every area of my life. I need you to cover the beginning, the middle, and the end. I need you to cover every area. I need you to cover my finances. I need you to cover my health. I need you to cover my relationships. I need you to cover my family. I need you to cover my business. Come on, somebody. I need you to cover my spirituality. I need for you to give me more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in this season. God, I need you to cover every area of my life. I need you to cover everything. I can't have you over here on my finances and then you don't want God over here on your relationships. No, you better take God in the relationships. You don't know who you go encounter. And I'm not talking about dating. I'm talking about business partners. I'm talking about friendships. You better take God everywhere you go. Because rest assured, there's some giants going to come in your life. And some of you dealing with some giants right now. But I'm going to ask you the question that he asked, that Abraham asked Sarah. Is it anything too hard for God? Is it anything too hard for God? What mountain can't you climb? What valley that you can't go down into? What river you can't cross when you got God? Who? Come on. Yeah, I know the river is big, but my God is bigger. Yeah, I know that mountain is like Mount Everest, but my God he's ruler over the mountains. Yeah, I know the valley is deep and it's low, but God is deeper. Take God with you. Take God with you everywhere you go. Go back and pick it back up. But this time, take God with you. Ask God to increase your faith. You got to have faith. I don't care if you got faith of the mustard seed. It'll move a mountain. Go back and pick it back up. Don't give up in this season. Don't give up on your business plan. Don't give up on your vision. Don't you give up on your dreams. Don't you give up on love. Don't you give up on joy. Don't you give up on peace. Don't you give up on prosperity. Don't you give up on happiness. Do not give up. Take God with you. This time when you go back out there, take God with you. This time when you go back up there and do this book, take God with you. This time when you start that podcast, take God with you. This time when you come up with that business plan, take God with you. Every day that you go to that job, you better take God with you. Everywhere you travel to, take God with you. All David had was a slingshot and 3 rocks. You don't need much when you got God. Look what Moses had. Moses had a staff. God said, use what's in your hand. God said, use what you got. You might have a little raggedy notebook, little blue ink pen, but in the notebook, it's billionaires. It's money in that notebook. On that paper is prosperity. On that paper is love. On that paper is joy. You might have a little old nothing. You ain't got much. But God don't need much. All he need is your yes. All he need is your surrenderance. Go back and pick it back up. But this time, take God with you. Take him with you. Everywhere you go, take him with you. Do not leave God out. Let me tell y'all something. When you leave God out, you have a whole mess going on. Well, God, I just want to figure this out, and I got to know every detail, and I got to know this and that. No. Stop trying to figure it out. It ain't for you to figure it out. God already done worked it out. What you trying to figure out, God already done worked out. Stop trying to sit there and scratch your head and worryation. Stop causing sickness upon yourself because you worried about something. It ain't your job to worry. It ain't your job to sit here and figure out everything and want to know plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All you got to do is trust God and give it to him. All you got to do is say, you know what? God, here go my business plan. Here go these finances. Here go these kids. I give you my household. I'm done figuring it out. I'm done. God, I give it to you. Because I ain't got time to sit up here and scratch my head and be up all night long worry about how this, and this gonna get did. What I told y'all on the last one, go get you some rest. Go get you some rest. But the reason why a lot of us sit up here worrying about stuff because we ain't put God in our business. We want to put Sally, Sue, John, and Jim in our business, but we putting the wrong people in our business. Put God in your business. Put God in your business. He asked Ezekiel, can these dry bones live? Don't you know that business plan you might have had? Oh God, I don't know who this for. I'm just going with the Holy Spirit, y'all. That business plan you had way back when, you had an idea. It wasn't nobody but God. You had an idea to open up this, to do a shop. You had an idea to open up an organization. You had an idea to do this and do that. And you wrote it down so long ago. And you were so super, super excited about it. You're like, yeah, I'm finna do this organization. And I'm finna do this and I'm finna do that. And the ideas start running. And you wrote them down. And you worked on them a little bit. And you went over here and you shared it with Gigi and them. And you went over here and you shared it with Lily and them. And you shared it with all these people. But every time that you shared with somebody, nobody couldn't speak life into it. Girl, that's a crazy idea. Who gonna listen to you about that? Who gonna do this? Who gonna do that? Don't nobody do that. Don't nobody do this and that. And they killed your dream. And the more and more you worked on it, And the more and more you did this and the more and more you did that. Y'all sorry I had to go take care of my little girl. But the more and more you did this and the more and more you did that, you worked on it. You didn't have nobody to go to. You didn't have nobody to speak with. And you worked on it. You like, you know what, God? This ain't gonna work. Who am I fooling? Who am I kidding? I'm just finna go back over here and do like everybody else. Go back and pick it back up. Pick it back up. I don't care what idea it is. Let me tell you something. You one idea away from being a billionaire. You one idea away from being a billionaire. And that's why the enemy, he want to keep you bound in your mind. He gonna send the negative thoughts. He gonna send them by the multitude, baby. He gonna send the negative people. He gonna send the people that gonna suck life right out of you. He gonna send circumstances. He gonna send situations. He trying to send this and that. But I come to speak life to you today to go back and pick it back up. But this time, you say, I come in the name of the Lord. I ain't coming by myself no more. I ain't coming with Gigi and them no more. I ain't coming with this one. I ain't coming with that one no more. I come in the name of the Lord. I'm bringing God with me in this situation. And from here on out, God is with me always. I ain't leaving God out of my business no more. Whoever God got for me, that's who I'm going to be in my life. All the negative people, turn them off. Turn a deaf ear to the negativity. If it's just you and God, that's all you need. You don't need nobody else. If you ain't got no friends in this season, if you ain't got no people that's on the same page and that ain't rocking with you the same way, cut them people off. If you by yourself, be by yourself. The problem is we don't want to be by ourselves because that's uncomfortable. Let me tell you something. It's time to get uncomfortable in this season because you being uncomfortable is where you going to grow at the most. Time you get comfortable, you stop doing. You stop doing this and you stop doing that. Well, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. But God had to get me back that. He said it's time to be uncomfortable. Even for me. I hadn't got to the point where, I take this red. God, I don't ask for much. God said no. God said greater. God said greater. Greater. So I got to think bigger. And guess what? You're going to have to think bigger in this season. Some of you are thinking too low. Start thinking big. We serve a huge, big God. He's unlimited. Start thinking big. Start dreaming again. Start writing down the ideas. Start journaling again. But this time, take God with you. Take God with you. Be just like David. He said, I come in the name of the Lord. And told him what he was going to do. And he did it. Guess what? You got to be just like David. You got to have that spirit just like David. Say, I come in the name of the Lord. This business plan going to work this time. I'm going to follow through with this podcast. This book I'm going to get wrote and this going to get out this time. This right here, it's going to work this time. You know why it's going to work this time? Because God is with me. And I ain't leaving God no more. This time it's going to work because you taking God with you. Take God with you. The reason why you keep scratching your head and you keep doing this, you keep doing, oh, what am I doing wrong? And I don't do this and I don't do that. You ain't took God with you, sweetie. Go back. Pick up that business plan. Whatever God done put on your heart to do. Whatever it is. Because we all got a purpose to be here. God done gave us all a purpose. He done gave us vision. He done gave us dreams. I don't care what your mama and them said. That's just you in dreamland. How you gonna become a billionaire doing that? Go back and pick it back up. Go back and pick it back up. But this time, take God with you. And I promise you, if you stay faithful to him, he gonna stay faithful to you. The more you get to learn about God, the more you're going to wake up to your true identity. You're going to know who you are. You're going to know all the stuff that you went through is not in vain. You're going to know that all of it was for purpose. You're going to know that it's Romans 8:28. You're going to know that everything worked together for your good. You're going to know it. You're going to know why you had to go through the hard things in life. You're going to know why you had to suffer. You're going to have to know why you had to go without sometimes. Come on, somebody. You're going to know why folks had to leave your life, whether they left through death or whether they walked out of your life. It going to make sense to you when you take God with you. Everything going to begin to make sense to you. Some of y'all been asking questions for years. Why this had to happen to me, God? Why am I going through this? Why am I going through that? Oh, take God with you. Go back and pick it back up. But this time, take God with you. Go have a conversation with God. Begin to seek out his word like never before. And he going to give you the answers. Everything that you been asking, been praying for, he going to give it to you. But you got to take God with you. Can't leave him out no more. Stop leaving him out. I'm going to get on off this video. I'm going to let y'all go. But I just want to come on here real quick and share that with y'all. Go back and pick it back up. But this time, take God with you. Take him with you. He ain't gonna leave you. He ain't gonna never disappoint you. He ain't gonna never let you down. I don't care what folks done said. And when people done said this and said that, go and search out the scripture for yourself. See, a long time, I was one of those people where I used to ask God why this had to happen. God, why you allowed these people to come into my life and do this to me? God, why you allowed me to get hurt and broken the way you did? God, why you allowed my mama to leave here? And I'm only 21 years old. I'm a single mother. God, why you allowed me to go through a season where I was confused about who I was? God, why you allowed me to go through these things? Why? But the minute that I made a sound decision in my mind, the minute that I got tired of myself, the minute that I said, all right, I done did it my way for so long. I'm tired of going through this. It ain't working. I need a different result because I'm going around in circles over here. And I'm tired. The minute that I said, God, I surrender, God, here, you have your way. The minute that I gave it to God, the minute that I began to really seek him and search him out and search out the word, the minute that I began to wake up to me, the minute that I got a relationship with God, that's when he answered everything. And I'm sitting here today to tell you I wouldn't trade nothing in the world for it. Everything that I went through, even the stuff that I haven't gone through, I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. Because everything, no devil in hell, ain't no devil in hell in nobody. Nobody. Everything worked together for the good. I don't care what came my way. It worked together for my good. I don't even care what do come my way. It gonna work together for my good. That's the attitude that you got to have. Say no matter come hell and high water, no matter what, God, it gonna work together for my good. I don't care what the enemy want to throw. It's gonna work together for my good. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Yeah, I might have to go through this little trial and tribulation, but it ain't gonna prosper. It's gonna work together for my good. What he meant for bad, God gonna turn it around and use it for my good. Come on, somebody. That's the attitude that you have to wake up with every day. Even if you in your circumstance, your situations, even though that you going through some stuff right now, you going through a hard time, you confused, know that all things work together for the good. Everything work together. I don't care what it is. Whatever situation you in right now, God gonna use it for your good if you allow him to. That's the key word. If you allow him to use it. If you allow him to come in and create in you a clean heart and renew a right spirit in you, if you allow him to come in and clean you up, if you open up the door. He said, I stand at the door and I knock. See, one thing about God, he is a gentleman. He's a perfect gentleman. He ain't gonna come. He ain't like the enemy. The enemy, imagine that you got a door on your mind. God, I thank you right now. You got a door on your mind. And the enemy, God standing right there, he just knocking. And let me tell you something, God will sit there and knock for ages. Woo, God, he'll sit there and knock for years. Sometimes he'll sit there and knock for 20 years. Come on, somebody. He there knocking. He ain't never quit knocking. He is there knocking. Folks done left you, gave up on you, left you for dead. Say you wasn't going to be nobody. You wasn't going to never be none. You going to never amount to nothing. They say your mom and dad ain't nobody. They said your sister and brother, they this and that. But God right there with you. And he just still knocking. All he doing is wait for you to open up the door. When you going to open up the door and let him in? See, the enemy done came in there and kicked down the door so many times on you. He done kicked the door in on you. And he done came in there. He done tore up your mind. He done snatched stuff down. And he done did this and he done did that. But God right there, he's still knocking. He's still knocking. When you gonna open up the door and let him in? Because the minute that you let God in, he gonna make you brand new. Everything that the enemy stole from you, everything that he snatched from you, God gonna restore it back to you 100 times more. He done came in there and just tore up your mind. He done tore up your family. He done told you up so you don't even look like the same person you was. You ever been in front of a mirror? Cause I'm gonna tell y'all something about me. I know this video is lengthy, but God is using. We gonna let God have his way. You ever went to the front of a mirror and you couldn't even recognize yourself because it wasn't even you? See, I done been there. I go in the mirror many days and I look at myself. And I turn my head and I be like, who is that? That ain't me. Looking all broke, busting and disgusted. Ain't got no life about me, looking dead. Whoo, God. Like I'm about to just go at any moment. Because the enemy came in there and just snatched and took and stole from me. Just snatched all kind of stuff from me. But the minute that I gave it to God, the minute I said, God, I surrender. I give it to you right now. I lay it at your feet, God. The minute that I did that, God came in there and he began to clean up. He began to wipe away stuff. The minute that I say, God, forgive me, Father, I'm sorry, God. I didn't understand what I was doing. I was just lost. That's all he did was he just wiped it away like it ain't never happened before. And gave me a new look, a new glow, a new name, a new creature in Christ. That's what God will do for you. He'll come in there and clean that house all the way up. And see, when you make God over your house and make God head of your life, the enemy can't come in and kick down nothing else. He'll come to that door and put his foot down and say, I can't kick down that door. It's something different about her. I don't know what it is. Let me get over here. And then he'll begin to, you know how a house got windows. He begin to peek around in your house. Oh, God, I thank you right now. But he see God in your house. Woo! And God resting in your house. It's just you and God. And he like, yeah, let me get on down the highway because I can't mess with her. God is in there. And then it'll get to the point where he can't even roll up on your house no more. Because he know God is with you. And sometimes, I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes he want to try you. Because the enemy, he love to try you. He love to try you gangster now. Come on. But see, you got the sword. God done already equipped you for the battle. And every day that you spend time with God and you stay in his word, God going to equip you for every battle that you will ever go through in your life. God done already equipped you. This is your sword. This your weapon. Use your weapon. The minute he try to come in, you going to tear him up with that sword. And he going to run on down the road. He ain't going to be able to come in and kick in your door no more. Because he see God is with you and God is in you. And it's you and God. And God make you all over new. And you just talking to God and God just cleaning you up. And he restoring stuff back to you. Adding back to you 10 times better than the enemy might have took that. But look what God gave you. Something brand new, untouched, brand new polished. Come on, somebody. But when you gonna open up the door for God to come in? A lot of people God been knocking there for years. I know for me, he knocked for years. He just right there patiently wait. He just knocking and knocking. He don't never get tired of knocking. That's what I love about God. He'll knock for eternity. He'll knock. One thing I know about God, God will linger with you. People ain't gonna linger with you that long. Folks, I ain't got time for you. I'm sick of you. But God right there knocking. Right there knocking. I don't care who you are and what you done been through. I don't care if you at your lowest point and you feel like you just can't get no lower, that the enemy done stole everything from you and you just dying on the ground and you crying. And it's like, God, I'm just this and I'm that because the enemy done told you all them lies talking about you worthless and don't nobody want you. You ain't gonna be nobody. And this one and that one. The enemy, the devil is a lie. Don't you listen to him. You are a child of God. You belong to the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. That's who you belong to. That's your Father. And he got everything that you ever want and dream. And some of the stuff you can't even imagine. We can't even comprehend in our mind that God got for us in this season. But we done listened to the world. We done listened to the enemy for so long. And now we believe it. I don't care if you die in the trenches. God will get down in them trenches with you. The enemy done kicked you all over in the trenches. He down there laughing. But one thing I love about God, God will get down in them trenches with you. And sit right there with you and say, I'm right here. I ain't never left you. I ain't going nowhere. He'll get down in the dirt with you. Oh, God, I thank you. He'll go down in the grave with you. See, can't nobody go down in the grave with you. Only God can go down in the grave with you. Then Jesus go down in the grave. He defeated death. Okay. Jesus went down in the grave. He went down in the trenches. And on the third day, he rose again. They let me know God will be with me always, even unto death. God gonna be with me. He gonna go down with me. I ain't going by myself. God going with me. I'm taking God with me. Even unto death, I'm taking God with me. Even when I leave this side, God is going with me. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna stand there and leave God knocking at the door? Or are you gonna open the door and say, God, come in and do only what you can do, because I can't do this by myself no more. I'm tired. I done let the enemy come in and stole the ideas from me and stole this and that from me. God, I need you to come in and restore me. I need you to come in and create in me a clean heart and renew a right spirit in me. Oh, God, I thank you. I know this video was lengthy, but I just have to let God flow. Okay? But go back and pick it back up. Whatever it is that you quit, that you throw down, go back and pick it back up. But this time, take God with you. Take God with you. I love you guys so much. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed, and safe day. This has been Coach Candace B. I'm signing off. You guys be safe and take care. Bye-bye.